It suddenly feels like a must-win game for two teams in the middle of a playoff race who are now starting backup quarterbacks as the 8-4 Jacksonville Jaguars travel to Cleveland to take on the 7-5 Browns. Joe Flacco expected to be under center if Dorian Thompson-Robinson can't go for Cleveland, and it looks like C.J. Beathard will be the signal caller for the Jags with Trevor Lawrence now out with an ankle injury. Cleveland trying to stay in this AFC playoff race while the Jaguars are trying to hold on to the lead in the AFC South. So who has the edge in this matchup? I'll have that along with my selection for the contest coming up in just a moment. But first, as always, if you're enjoying this content, please go ahead and hit that like button. And if you'd like to be alerted of any more of our betting content, go ahead and subscribe to our channel as we release picks and predictions for every sport you can think of every single day. And taking a look at the Wager Talk live odds screen, we see the Browns are a 3-point home favorite and the total sitting at a minuscule 31. Obviously, updated injury news could move these lines significantly, so stay tuned throughout the week. The fact that Cleveland is a favorite here with either Flacco or DTR speaks volumes to what odds makers think of C.J. Beathard as a starter. Beathard hasn't started a game since Week 16 of 2020 when he was still on the 49ers. And the small sample size we saw last week against Cincinnati isn't really enough to determine how capable he is. We simply just don't know. Here's what we do know. The Cleveland Browns defense is really good, especially at home. They're allowing just 175 yards per game at home this season, including holding two teams to less than 100 total yards in a game. They've also held four opponents to under 100 passing yards in a game at home this season as well. So the Jaguars have to be able to run the ball. The Browns have allowed 100 rushing yards in 4 of their 5 losses this year and in 7 of their last 8 games. Travis Etienne should get a heavy workload this week. The Jaguars are going to be without Christian Kirk at the wide receiver position as well, so the passing game may struggle against the pass defense that's third in pressure rate and quarterback knockdown rate on the season. Cleveland offense has its own set of issues. Regardless of who's at quarterback, they'll have to have some success in the pass game this week against the Jaguars defense that's bottom 5 in the NFL in passing yards allowed per game and just got torched by Jake Browning for 354 yards last week. The Jacksonville D can stop the run, so there's real concern how the Browns will be able to move the ball, especially through the air. Now, there's a feeling for me like this line is too much of an overreaction to Lawrence being out, simply because the Browns' offense hasn't scored more than 19 points in a game that Deshaun Watson didn't start. So it comes down to whose broken offense you trust more. If you don't trust either offense, I think the best way to play this game is to take the first half under and bank on the fact that you'd likely only get one touchdown between both teams, if that. I'd also wait the week out to see if this comes off the key number of 3. And if you get a 3.5, take Jacksonville. If you get a 2.5, take Cleveland. If you're interested in more trends, game breakdowns, and picks, go ahead and check out this next game video.